Morning students. Now see about the topic is a lesson 1 is a measurement is a now small recap for lesson 1 is a what is mean by measurement. Measurement is a very important is a unknown quantity. We need a small quantity as we measurement. So there are the two types of measurements. One is a physical quantities, that means two quantities, one is fundamental quantities, other one is derived quantities. The physical quantities, that means two types, one is a fundamental quantities, other one is derived quantities. And the fundamental quantities is the quantities that cannot be measured any other types of quantities, that means fundamental quantities. So this is the 7 fundamental quantities are there. One is length, mass, time, electric current, temperature, next amount of substance, next luminous intensity. These are 7 fundamental quantities. There is a second one is derived quantities. What are the derived quantities? Quantities which can be expressed in terms of fundamental quantities. This is the derived quantities. Okay, this example: area, volume, density, velocity, accelerations, force, etc. These are the derived quantities. Okay, so now we elaborate the fundamental units. Fundamental units is a length, mass and time. So there is a unit of system. Next fundamental units, derived units, fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Next fundamental units, length, idellame paathom illaya. Then this is measured very large distance, means one is astronomical unit, light year, next parasec. Okay, next astronomical unit value is 1.496 into 10 power 11 meter. Okay, light year values for what? 9.46 into 10 power 15 meter. This is a very important for we measure the length for large distance. Okay, so next is smaller units, larger units. The mass value, mass means is the quantity of matter contained in a body. This is the mass. Okay, so next the rules and convention for writing the SI system and symbols. The 10 rules are followed. So we are I hope we are understand the SI units and the rules. Now see about the new topic is the Vernier Caliper and screw gauge. Okay, the Vernier Calipers. Vernier Calipers is measure the smallest length which can be measured by meter scale is called least count. Okay, so the smallest length we measured using the Vernier Calipers. First Vernier Calipers you read. First next is a screw gauge you need. Okay, so the least count of the scale is equal to 1 millimeter. The least count of the scale 1 millimeter. Then accuracy. So Vernier scale some accuracy. The accuracy of Vernier calipers is 0.1 millimeter and accuracy of screw gauge is 0.001 millimeter. Now see about the Vernier calipers. First the instruments you see. Very long thin steel scales are used. This is a main scale. This is inside the scale is Vernier scale. This means name is Zas. Okay, this Zas is inside Zas. This is outside Zas. This is upper Zas. That means is lower Zas. Upper means inside Zas. Lower means is a outside Zas. Okay, now we elaborate the description for Vernier calipers. So Vernier calipers is used for the least count of the scale is 1 millimeter. Okay, so the Vernier calipers consists a very long thin steel scale. This is the steel scale 0 to 10. This is the main scale reading. We measure in centimeter and millimeter. We are used to the scale is centimeter and millimeter. Okay, so the left end of the main scale. The left end of the main scale and upper and lower is a perpendicular to the bar. Okay, the upper Zas and lower Zas are between the perpendicular to the scale. Okay, so the to right of the fixed Zas, the slider with an upper and lower scale is marked on the slider and it moves along with the movable Zas and slider. Okay, so the lower Zas are used to measure external dimension. The lower Zas means the inside Zas. So the lower Zas means measure the internal dimensions of the objects. So the upper jaws are used to measure, the lower jaws are used to measure is external dimension, upper jaws are used to measure internal dimensions of the objects. So the thin bar attracted to the right side of the vernier scale is used to measure the depth of the hollow objects. Okay, so the inside the jaws and outside the jaws we are used to measure is a internal and external dimensions. Okay, so first we calculate is a least count. Now we usage of Vernier calipers, that means least count. The least count of the instrument LC is equal to is a value of one smallest main scale division. The value of one smallest main scale division divided by total number of vernier scale division. So the value of one smallest main scale division by the total number of vernier scale division. That means you see the diagram. See the diagram. This is a main scale division. That means 0 to 10. That means 0 to 10 is a main scale division. So vernier scale number of division means 10. 1 to 10. This is a vernier scale division. So this is a vernier scale division. This is a main scale division. So divided by the value of one smallest main scale division divided by total number of vernier scale division. This is a least count is equal to 1 millimeter by 10 is equal to 0.1 millimeter. So milli means 10 power minus 3. Milli means 10 power minus 3 meter. So milli is converted into centi. So 0.01 centimeter. 0.1 millimeter is equal to 0.01 centimeter. Are you clear? So next the zero error. Zero error means unscrew the slider and move it to the left such that the both jaws touch each other. Okay, the zero error means the slider to move left and both jaws touch to each other. Check whether the zero marking the main scale coincides with that of the zero of the vernier scale. So this main scale, this is a vernier scale. The two jaws are closed. The two jaws are closed to each other. So the vernier scale 0, main scale 0 is a coincide for zero error. So next is a two types of errors we are used. One is positive zero error, other one is negative zero error. So the no zero error means the coincide, there is a no zero error, that is if they do not coincide with each other, the instrument is said to possess the zero error. That means the vernier scale reading and main scale reading, the zero are coincide, that is a no zero error. The zero error may be positive or negative. So the zero of the vernier is shifted to right of the main scale, that means positive zero error. The zero of the vernier is shifted to left of the zero of main scale, this error is negative. Now see, elaborate this content. First, this is the main scale. Okay, the main scale division means 0 to 10. Okay, the main scale division is 0 to 10. Vernier scale division, number of division is also 10. So the 0 of main scale, 0 of vernier scale is a coincide. Coincide means this same line. For 5 vernier scale 5, main scale 0.5. ரெண்டு எப்படி இருக்கு is a same line ல இருக்கு. That point is coincide. So the 0 main scale 0 and vernier scale 0, the coincide point, this is a no zero error. Suppose the 0 of vernier scale is right. The 0 of vernier scale shifted to right of the main scale 0. Main scale 0 விட vernier scale எப்படி இருக்கு? So right of the scale இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா this is a positive zero error. So in the case of the reading will be எப்படி இருக்கும்? More than actual reading இருக்கும். Hence this error can be corrected. This error can be corrected. Find out the vernier division is coinciding with any of the main scale division. So we calculate is the fifth division. Fifth division is coinciding when the main scale division is calculated. So the positive zero error calculation means plus 5 into least count. Plus 5 into least count is equal to plus 5 into least count value is 0.01 is equal to 0.05 centimeter. So multiply, least count value is 0.01. 0.01 into plus 5, 0.05 centimeter. And the zero correction is negative. So the zero error is positive, the zero correction is negative. This is similarly is a zero error is negative, zero correction is what? Positive. So positive zero error irunduchina corrections is negative. So the zero correction is negative 0.05 centimeter. So positive zero error value is 0.05 centimeter. Zero correction is minus 0.05 centimeter. This is the positive zero error. Next is a negative zero error. Negative zero error. The zero of the Vernier scale is shifted to the left of the zero of the main scale. Left of the zero of the main scale. That means main scale 0, Vernier scale 0 does not coincide. That means the Vernier scale 0 shifted to left side of the main scale 0. That means is a negative zero error. So the coincide for what? There is a Vernier scale reading is 6, main scale is 0.5, that means coincide. The total number of division minus coincide. So the 10 minus 5 is equal to 4. So the negative zero error is minus 4 into least count is equal to minus 4 into 0.01 is equal to minus 0.04 centimeter. So minus 4 into least count is equal to minus 4 into 0.01 is equal to minus 0.04 centimeter. So the zero correction is positive. Zero correction is positive. So zero error is negative, zero correction is positive. So the zero correction is positive 0.04 centimeter. So the obtained the reading is less than the actual reading. Actual reading 4 irundaduna less than values evlo irukku 0.04 centimeter irukku. So the negative zero error is actual reading vida is the less values for zero error and zero corrections. Okay, next the uses of Vernier calipers. Vernier calipers நம்ம ஏன் யூஸ் பண்றோம்? So different dimensions of any familiar objects. Different dimensions of any familiar objects நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம்? Find out பண்றதுக்கு Vernier calipers யூஸ் பண்றோம். That means length. Any unknown objects ஓட length, width, height are measured. Volume also can be calculated. Okay. So for example, we could measure the inner diameter of the beaker. So the inner diameter of the beaker as well as the depth we can calculate is inner volume. Are you clear? So the three purpose that we are used in Vernier calipers. One is different dimensions of any familiar objects to find out. Next, length, width, height of the objects can be measured. Volume also can be calculated. For example, if we could measure the inner diameter of a beaker as well as its depth, we can calculate to inner volume. Are you clear? These are 3 points is very important for you. Now we are used the Vernier calipers. So next, so some one problems also elaborate the explanation. One is calculate the correct reading. Calculate the correct reading. If the main scale reading is 9 centimeter, Vernier scale coincidence is 5 and positive zero error is 0.05 centimeter. Okay, correct reading. We calculate correct reading. Correct reading code formula is a MSR plus VSE into least count. MSR means 9. Okay, MSR means main scale reading. So 9 plus Vernier scale coincidence means 5 into least count means 0.01 centimeter. So multiply the 5 into 0.01 centimeter. So minus 0.05 centimeter. So minus So the values, so 9 into 9 centimeter plus 5 into 0.01 centimeter, so minus 0.05 means what? 0 correction. So formula MSR plus VSC into 0 least count minus what? 0 correction. So 9 centimeter plus 5 into 0.01 centimeter minus 0.05 centimeter is equal to minus value is cancel. So the final value is 9 centimeter. So the corrected reading is 9 centimeter. This purpose we are used. Okay, so we easily calculate the Vernier calipers or used the solid sphere or the thinner wire or anything is measured. So inner volume also can be calculated. Okay, next that nowadays we are used in advanced is a digital Vernier calipers. நம்ம first automatically நம்ம phone cell phone எடுத்துட்டோம்னா என்ன பண்ணுவோம், first button phones யூஸ் பண்ணோம், next is a touch screen வச்சு யூஸ் பண்றோம் இல்லையா. இப்போ advanced என்ன இருக்கோ அதுதான் நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம் ஃபாலோ பண்றோம். அதே மாதிரி Vernier calipers we are used in physics lab only used the is a previous chapter நம்ம பார்த்த அந்த Vernier calipers தான் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம். பட் advanced இருக்கு என்னது digital Vernier calipers we are used. So the digital display on the slider which calculate the displays the measured value. So measured values எல்லாமே என்ன ஆயிரும் அப்படினா நம்ம டிஸ்ப்ளேல கால்குலேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அது எப்படிலாம் கால்குலேட் பண்றோம்னா மேனுவலா நம்ம எதுவுமே கால்குலேட் பண்ண வேண்டாம். மேனுவலாக கால்குலேட் பண்ணாமல் இதில் கால்குலேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். as a least count, 0 error, 0 corrections எல்லாமே என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா இந்த ஸ்க்ரீன்லேயே என்ன ஆகிட்டே இருக்கும், டிஸ்பிளே ஆகிட்டே இருக்கும். தட் இஸ் த டிஜிட்டல் டிஸ்பிளே. இப்போ நம்ம வாட்சில் டிஜிட்டல் வாட்ச் யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம், நார்மலாக நீடில் இருக்க வாட்ச் யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம் இல்லையா, அது மாதிரி இஸ் அ நீடில் இருக்கிறது தான் இப்போ நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க Vernier calipers. பட் டிஜிட்டல் Vernier calipers means is a digitally displayed in the Vernier calipers. So we are used the digital Vernier calipers. Okay, இதே போல தான் என்ன பண்றோம், நம்ம ஸ்க்ரூ கேஜும் கால்குலேட் பண்றோம். Screw gauge is an instrument that we can measure the dimensions up to 1/100th of a millimeter or 0.01 millimeter. So with the screw gauge it is possible to measure diameter of a thin wire and thickness of the thin metallic plates. அப்போ ஒரு thin wire ஓட diameter measure பண்ண, metallic plates metallic balls ஓட thickness மெஷர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நம்ம screw gauge யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம். பட் Vernier calipers நம்ம எதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா only for measured small length, smallest length மெஷர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு தான் என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம் நம்ம Vernier calipers. This is a Vernier calipers. So today topicல என்னன்னு பார்த்தோம் நம்ம, now small recap. So Vernier calipers னா என்னன்னு பார்த்தோம், the smallest length we can measured by the meter scale. This is known as least count. Okay, so the least count of the scale is what? So 1 millimeter. So next, an accuracy of Vernier calipers is 0.1 millimeter. Accuracy of Vernier calipers is 0.1 millimeter. Next, an accuracy of screw gauge is 0.001 millimeter. So the descriptionல என்ன பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா, ஒரு வெர்னியர் ஸ்கேல் எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா அந்த வெர்னியர் ஸ்கேல்ல எப்படி இருக்கும் is a mean scale reading னு ஒன்று இருக்கும். நெக்ஸ்ட் Vernier scale reading இருக்கும். mean scale reading is a long thin steel scale ஆல மேட் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. the readings 0 to 12 or 10. But Vernier scale readings only the number of division is 10, 1 to 10, not 0. Okay, so this is the jaws, is a inside jaws or upper jaws. This is the lowest lower side jaws, that means outside jaws. This is a Vernier scale, this is a main scale. This is put in the objects between the two jaws. So we measure the length. Okay, so the description of Vernier calipers. Okay, next is the usage of the Vernier calipers. That means one is the least count. What is the least count? The least count is equal to value of one smallest main scale division. Next, the total number of Vernier scale division. Smallest main scale division means is a 1 millimeter by the total number of Vernier scale division is 10. So divided by 1 divided by 10 is equal to 0.1 millimeter. That means is equal to 0.01 centimeter. Okay. Okay, this is a least count value. Next is zero error. Zero error is unscrew of the slider to move into the left and both sides of jaws touch together. Okay, touch to each other. அப்போ ரெண்டு ஜாஸும் இன்டர்ஃபியர் ஆகி ஒரே மாதிரி பாயிண்ட்ஸ் ஆயிருந்ததுன்னா அதுதான் ஜீரோ எரர். நோ ஜீரோ எரர் மீன்ஸ் தட் இஸ் they coincide if there is a no zero error, that is do not coincide with each other. ஒன்னோட ஒன்று coincide ஆகாம இருந்ததுன்னா that poses some zero error. So the zero error maybe is a positive or negative. The zero error of the vernier, the zero of the vernier is shifted to right of the main scale division, main scale of zero, that means positive zero error. So the positive zero error more the actual reading விட எப்படி இருக்கும் is the more values ஆ இருக்கும். அதே is the left side of the zero error ஆ இருந்துச்சுன்னா the zero of vernier scale is shifted to left of the zero of main scale ஆ இருந்ததுன்னா that means is a negative zero error. So the two types of error now we elaborate. Next uses of Vernier calipers பார்த்தோம். To find the different dimensions of any familiar objects பார்த்தோம். ஒன்று length, width, height and volume also can be calculated. Next is the examples. Measure the inner diameter of the beaker as well as its depth. We can calculate its inner volume also can be calculated. So the calculate the correct reading is எப்படி calculate பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா ஃபார்முலாவை அப்ளை பண்ணுறோம். MSR plus VSE into least count minus 0 corrections. இதை calculate பண்ணுறப்ப நமக்கு final values கிடைச்சிரும். The digital Vernier calipers now used the calculate the displays measured values எல்லாமே என்ன இருக்கும்னா ஸ்க்ரீன்லேயே தெரிஞ்சிடும். ஓகே, டிஸ்பிளே ஆகிடும், டிஜிட்டல் டிஸ்பிளேயே ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணிடும். ஸோ we calculate least count and zero errors does not calculate manually. Okay, this is very very useful. Okay, thank you students.